So I completed my service learning hours with Head Start, and due to my delayed background check approval, it took almost 2 months, which was crazy. But I had to do them at 2 different centers because I wasn't able to do the full 40 hours. I had 2 classes that required service learning, so I tried to do them at a site placement that was on both of the lists for the classes, and Head Start was one of those. So the majority of my hours were completed with the Carver Development Center with the instructor there named Jennifer Bennett. And I also did 5 additional hours that I completed at the Children's First Center with Dawn Smith. She had an afternoon program that was running from 12:45 to 4:15, so that worked with my schedule. And for the majority of the hours that I did with the Carver Development, their program runs from 8 a.m. to 1, so that's when I would go there. And I still have about 2 more 5-hour shifts left to do with the Carver Development before the 6th. Some overall impressions of the site. I noticed that it's a very classroom-like atmosphere because that's what Head Start is. It's a way to get children a little bit of an edge before they go into grade school, because a lot of these kids come from low-income families. They have a little bit of a requirement for who can be enrolled in Head Start. So a lot of them do come from very high-risk homes. So it's kind of good that they have this sort of program so that they can get that edge before they actually go into real academic work, so they can just kind of learn like basic skills. Another thing I noticed is that both of the centers had stations, so they have like little small groups that they'll go into, and they have like math stations, art, science, reading, all of those that they have the option to go to at their desire. They also have a carpet at both of the Head Start centers that had letters around the edge, so the children had their own little letter that they would sit at, and it was a cool way just to get them to learn their letters as well as learn where they were supposed to sit while the instructor was talking. They also had a bunch of artwork displayed around the classroom, so it was really cool to see that. They had like Thanksgiving turkeys that they had painted, so it was really, really welcoming and colorful environment. What kind of impact do I think I had on my clients? Well, the majority of the clients were 3 to 4-year-olds. I feel like I was a role model for a lot of kids. I tried to, show them basic mannerisms, like how to eat at the table, properly, chew with your mouth closed. I also, would say sorry, thank you, please, excuse me, just so that they would see me do it and hopefully emulate that. And I'd also try to show interest in whatever the instructor was saying if she was, talking to the class. So if any of the children were, getting distracted, hopefully they would see me interested and would listen to what the instructor had to say. I also felt like I was a friend to a lot of them. I tried to interact with as many of the kids as I could. There was about 17 in each classroom. But some of them had really big infectious personalities that I just come to really care about them, and I look forward to seeing them in the morning before class begins. And some of them have even given me hugs before they leave for the day, and I've always just thought it was a really, really nice feeling to know that I made some kind of impact on their life. And I also felt like I was an assistant for the instructor as well. Like I helped with daily tasks like preparing meals, cleaning tables, and just supervising the children when they went to the bathroom or anything like that. I think I was a help for the teacher as well. 2 things that I think I learned about myself. Well, before this I had little experience working with young children, so I thought it'd be cool just to see like how I did. One thing I feel I learned is that I work well with young children because I have a lot of patience, and it probably comes from having worked with animals a lot of my life. I've grown to have a lot of patience and empathy for other things. And I also learned that I'm pretty lenient with children, which might not be a good thing. It was very hard for me to say no if some of the children were misbehaving, and a lot of times I would try to get the instructor to come in and intervene. But I do feel like if I had more time to build relationships with those children, I may have been able to be more assertive with them. But because I've only been there for 40 hours, I'm not able to really be that authority figure. But that was the biggest thing for me, was just being really lenient. But I am enjoying my time with there, and I look forward to finishing my hours. Thank you.